allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to
And we have a quorum tonight. Laura is not able to attend. I'll appoint Letha to vote for Laura. And Dana is traveling with business, so I'll appoint Maria to vote for Dana, and that means we have 9 voting members. Very first thing, Tom had something to say, and it's in a response, or to recognize a response.
Thank you, Art. I received a letter from Jack Falvey, 22 Cortlandt Drive, Londonderry, dated March 16, 2012, addressed to me, a member of the town council, and I'll read it. Dear Tom, please accept my sincere apologies for the characterization of the efforts of you and your fellow appointees on the Londonderry Planning Board. I agree with you that volunteers should be appreciated for their work in serving we the people. The issues at hand are not easy to deal with, and we must all do our best to focus on the consequences of our decisions and attempt to keep in perspective our dealing with one another as fellow concerned citizens and taxpayers. We are all citizens merely trying to deal with an outside developer whose declared intention is to transform a substantial portion of our town into a high-density village. Common sense and common courtesy must be the standard for all of us. I've done my best to edit the submissions of all who wish to make public comment by email. I'll redouble my efforts to use this media for the common good. It would help matters if the live community television media, which your boards control in its meetings, could be made less intimidating to those coming before you by reducing the cross-examination nature of a 6 or 10 to 1 ratio your formal stage seems to foster. We are all bound by the rule of law, and we are all bound by our intentions to do our best under a trying situation. Cool heads should prevail. Let's not try to get carried away with our efforts in the common good. Respectfully submitted, Jack Falvey, and ask that it be placed in the record of the meeting for today.
Okay, we will do that. And we'll continue with our meeting. Business at hand is Pillsbury Realty Development, LLC, tax map 10, lots 15, 23, 29C-2A, 29C-2B, 41, 41-1, 41-2, 42, 45, 46, 47, 48, 50, 52, 54-1, 58, 59, and 62. Application acceptance and a public hearing for a formal review of the Woodmont Commons Plan Unit Development. And this is continued from the March 14th, 2012 Planning Board meeting for application acceptance. We have received a letter asking for continuance, and I'll defer to Andre for his input.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, my name is Andre Guerin. I'm the Community Development Director. I believe the board has copies of the preliminary report that was produced by our third-party consultant, Howard Stein Hudson and Associates, along with Icon Architecture and RKG Associates. And the reason why it is stamped preliminary is that we did receive a letter from Pillsbury Realty Development, LLC, requesting a continuance of this application. In the letter that was submitted by Attorney Michaels on behalf of Pillsbury Realty Development, LLC, staff was encouraged to see that the applicant seeks to pursue a design review process as opposed to a formal process. As the board knows, our formal process is simply reviewing what has been submitted and reacting in kind. At least the design review stage will allow the interaction that I believe that the applicant is desirous of achieving, so we can work together with their team towards looking at some of the deficiencies within the application. And so with that, I would recommend that the board accept the letter of continuance from the applicant, and obviously you can determine a date certain as to when this will be heard next.
Mr. Chair, would you entertain a motion?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we continue this process until the May 2nd meeting to allow the applicant the opportunity to decide whether or not to continue with this application or to remove it and go back to design review.
Second that.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Any discussion by the board? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Abstentions, show as affirmative, and this is continued. I just want to say that, speaking for the board also, our firm desire is for all parties to work together. That is, to pursue the design review. We want, our staff, our third-party reviewer, the applicant, and, their professionals to work together, communicate together, because that's what's going to make it work. And it's going to help us. It's going to help the town. We all communicate together. I want to make sure that staff is fully informed by all parties. And if we have any difficulties or anything, you come to the planning board. So I don't want you knocking heads or beating up on each other. If there's a problem, you come to the board.
Just a little bit, none, just, okay.
Where are you, right?
What goes on in staff meetings, I don't know, because I'm not there, so. We will, this is continued until there is a response from the applicant, and hopefully it'll be before the 2nd of May.
All right, and we'll be writing a written decision on this continuance as well.
Yes, yep. I'm not taking any public input at all. None.
Motion to
None.
adjourn?
I have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second by Lynn. All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone. And we don't have to turn computers off. You're welcome.
Mike.
Why you, Russ?